Boom, 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 boom. Dang. Well,
What it do?
let's get it started then. What's the deal, everybody? Welcome back to what is this? The first episode? What should we
Well,
call it? What should we call it? Should this be like the first episode or like what should we call it, bro?
I mean, I feel like it's just 26 to start 26. That's how I feel about
26
it.
to start 26.
Yeah.
Let me bring this a little closer. Look closer. Look closer. So I don't gotta reach out for it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a sorry intro. Let's redo it. Let's be for real.
All right, let's go.
What's the deal, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. I'm your host Vaughn, and today I am joined by another special guest. Y'all seen his face before. Shout out to my brother Read the Room. Much love for coming through, my brother, and Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year to everybody that's tuning into this. And if you are tuning in to bleep, 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 bleep. If you are tuning into this, if you are watching this, don't forget to like, leave a comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend, and tell a friend to grab a seat, pull on up, and kick it with your boys at the lunch table. You dig what I'm saying? And without further ado,
Let's get to it, man.
let's go ahead and get right into it. So yeah, man, we in 2026. This is the first episode of the new year. How are you feeling? And it is the second day of the new year, actually.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling about this year and like what's to come? Like, what do you have? Like any, I guess, New Year resolutions or any goals set for yourself?
I feel like I'm definitely one thing I'm gonna definitely say is, I have to be a little bit more selfish this year, and I say selfish not to be like, I'm not gonna be like rude or I'm not gonna be like disrespectful or anything like that. But like when it comes to prioritizing myself, I'm gonna do the best to prioritize myself because I do find myself at times trying to appease people that I care about. Granted, everyone does that, but I feel like the time that I need to spend into myself specifically, I need to increase that. So just being a bit more selfish, but it's for the better though because I could be selfish now, so I could be selfless later. You feel me?
Oh, that's a bar. I
Mm-hmm.
could be selfish now, so I could be selfless later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a bar. I ain't gonna lie. That's a bar. That's a bar for sure. For sure. I'll say for myself, I did not. I didn't go into 26 to 2026 like with no resolutions or anything like I guess set for myself or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like I do have goals that I do want to accomplish and like I do want to like meet
Mm-hmm.
this year that I didn't unfortunately get to meet last year. But as far as like New Year resolutions, I just came to like this like conclusion like oh I'm gonna just stop doing those because
Mm-hmm.
it's like I feel like when you well I'll say for myself like like last year I had a whole bunch of things like just oh yeah I'm gonna do this I'm gonna do that I'm gonna do
Mm-hmm.
that and I didn't like meet that and I
Mm-hmm.
kind of got discouraged with it a little bit and it's like versus getting discouraged it's like nah just have certain goals set for yourself and like
Mm-hmm.
just celebrate the small wins and like instead of trying to just accomplish all these big things that you have set for yourself just try to celebrate the small wins and focus on those at the same time just keep moving forward more
Mm-hmm.
emotion you dig what I'm saying.
One thing I'll also say is like I feel like as people we are very ambitious, so it's like we'll set some goals that are like really big, but in the grand scheme of things, it's always small steps. So always good to start off small, so that way, even if it is a small step, that's still a goal that you accomplish. You're one step closer to the big goal, because a lot of people for New Year's resolution they set these big goals, and not saying it's impossible, because anything is possible, especially with Christ. You feel me?
For sure, for sure.
But you got to start one step at a time before you can conquer the whole mile, basically. So.
So okay, let's stay there real quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are some like accomplishments or like any highlight moments that you have in 2025?
Starting to read the room for sure. Like, I feel like read the room has like elevated me as a person into like a different realm of thinking and a different realm of like creativity and like what I want to do and produce. Because like one thing that read the room like kind of broke down for me is like that wall of being seen or being like criticized or whatever. Like I don't really feel nothing about it no more. Like I just post my videos. Like I post it into the internet, and my video could be seen by millions of people. You know what I'm saying? You know, thousands of people see my videos right now. So it's only a matter of time. You know. So I feel like starting Read the Room has definitely like broken that like barrier of like not self criticism, but like being judged or being perceived. That's what I'm trying to say. Being perceived. Like a lot of people have issues of being perceived, but I don't have that issue no longer. Like I just post whenever. I told Vaughn himself, post in pocket. Like
man.
I'll just post and then I'll just put it in my pocket. And then occasionally, of course, like I'll have people who like comment and interact with the videos, and I'll reply back and like the message to see that I see them and I appreciate all the support. But definitely Read the Room is one of the highlights because I wholeheartedly believe I could do something big with that, and I am gonna do something big with that. So
nah, for sure, man. 2026, bro, it's our year, man.
Yeah, we're gonna take over for sure.
Got to, bro. It's in our hands, bro. It's in our hands. It's only up to us to like
put in the work and stay focused. Yeah,
eat or starve.
Eat or starve. Hey,
starve, bro. God gave us this vision for a reason, and it's like now it's time to like take it serious and take it to the next level. And like for me, I would say as far as 2025, my biggest highlight is just my relationship with Christ and building my relationship with Christ. Just starting my journey with Christ and everything. Like that was a huge moment that was needed in my life. Just like not saying I was going down like this just dark path or anything. Well, nah, I'll be open. I was going down a dark path at one point in my life, and as I said in my previous episode with Derek and Joe, like if it wasn't for Derek, like just constantly being on me and like just inviting me to church and just like like just being like open arms. Like, is that like a thing? Like like
being like inviting you with open arms.
Inviting me with open arms. You feel me? And then like bro, when I tell you, bro was driving from where he stayed all the way like 30-40 minutes, to come pick me up. My car worked fine, bro, like for real, like. Yeah. And bro was just hitting me like, hey, you trying to start the church this Sunday? I'd be like, maybe next week. I was like, oh yeah, I got something to do. Really, I ain't have nothing to do, but I'm like, I got something to do. And then bro was like, oh, all right, bet. Yeah. Next week come, hey, you trying to start the church next week? I'm like, all right, bet, come on. Yeah, and he like, all right, I'm finna come pick you up. And he came pick me up for about 2 months straight. To where it's like, I start thinking about it, I'm like, hold on, bro, like, bro, my car went fine, but you don't gotta give me no more. Like, like I appreciate it, bro. But
like, that was part of the scheme, though.
It was a part of it, though. You feel me? It was a part of it because like he knew, and God knew too. Because if it wasn't for him, like inviting me and like actually coming physically picking me up, I probably would have never went, bro. Because at that time, I had this thing in my head where I was actually treating like God and just church and everything as like an obligation versus like something that I should be wanting to do. Yeah. I was treating it as something like, oh, I have to do this, and in my mind, I was like, oh, I went to church twice this month, or I've been to church like 3 times.
Like
you
already, it's like a check,
like a checklist. You feel me? I was like, all right, like let me just check this off. Like, all right, I'm good with God. He understands my heart. He know where I'm at with him and everything, and like, bro, just kept being on me, and like as I'm getting involved with the church and everything, and like I'm just seeing like how. Like again, the people of the church, how they were just accepting me with open arms and everything, and just like so kind hearted and everything. I'm like, man, like, all right, like now it's like let me start taking this serious. You feel me? And I started reading my Bible at the start of last year and everything, and ever since then, but that was just a start, bro. And like just nonstop blessings the whole year, bro. All 2025, like. And again, bro, it all started with Derek. So Derek, if you are watching this, bro, much love to you. Shout out to you, bro. And yeah, man, real deal. So I would say that was probably like my biggest highlight for 2025. Yeah, man.
That's real, bro. So, all right. So, question I got.
What's up?
So, what advice would you give somebody who's trying to start their own thing with content? Because, granted, you could say, oh, we're not in the position to do that or whatever, but we actually are. Like, we're making content. We have the equipment to make content. We have views. We have followers. We have supporters. Right. We're starting off from the ground up. So I feel like we are the best people to like actually get people from that level of not making content at all to eventually reaching that stardom, because you know the stars are the stars, like they already, you know, been doing the content game and been in it for a while. But you know, it's those people on the come up that you really got to ask, because they're the closest to the people who haven't started, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense.
So what would you say to someone like, you know, they're watching this video right now and they're like, yeah, dang, like I see these boys doing their thing, man, like I'm trying to get to it. Like what is something that it could be like equipment, it could be like mentally, it could be like anything. What would you say?
First and foremost, I say, just start whatever idea you got, in your head or whatever you like thinking of, like as far as content wise. Just start it and just post, and don't pay attention to the algorithm. Like Reed said earlier, post and pocket. You feel me? Just post and pocket, and like, whether you get one view, whether you get no views or whatever, like, just keep posting and keep staying consistent. Consistency is key as far as content. Like, um, I say you don't need all the equipment. You don't need all of that like extra stuff that you think you do. Like take that from me, because I'm somebody who got tons of equipment and everything. Like in all reality, bro, I didn't need to start with this. You feel me? All I really just needed was my phone. You feel me? And
yeah,
like,
your phone is a great tool for sure.
great tool. You feel me? And like in my head, when I first started doing content and everything, one, I'm my biggest critic. You feel me? So like I was insecure. I still am. I'm not say I was. I still am. Like insecure about my content and everything. To where it's like sometimes I get in my own head. I'll think like, dang, if I post this, like people might like look at me this way. If I post this,
being perceived,
yeah. And I was caring about like my perception, and I was thinking like, dang, like, and I still do this sometimes, to where it holds me back to where I just don't put out content. And like when I first started, man, it took me like 4 or 5 months to get my first video out, and I done probably like, no cap, probably like 50, 60 episodes.
Yeah.
Solid. 50, 60 episodes of like just content, like just pre-recorded podcast episodes, and I'm just thinking like, nah, I ain't never gonna put these out, or like I'll put these out when I eventually blow up, and like I'll react to these. Where in all reality, bro, some of those like episodes that we did where I was called, what is it, a prelude? Is that it?
Yeah, I guess you could say
prelude episodes. Yeah. Like I'm like, nah, like these ain't good enough, and like the person I was dating at that time, she used to ask me, she was like, oh, what y'all talked about? Or like, oh, like, I want to see the video, like, cause I'll tell her, I'm like, man, we just had a good conversation, like, oh, that podcast is good, yeah. And she'll be like, oh, like what y'all talked about now? I'll be like, or like send me a video, or send me like the audio or whatever. And I'm like, nah, I ain't sending that. Then I had homies and friends. Oh, that's another thing too. Community is key, whether in like life, content space, the church, whatever a part of. But like community is key, and that's what's gonna get you through a lot of this content space. But like I was just holding on to all that, and then like the homies, bro, shoot, shout out PG, man, shout out PG, bro.
PG.
My first ever episode launched with bro, and it's cousin him, and truth in the details, right? I would have never posted that episode if bro did not have this like heart to heart conversation with me after we recorded that episode, bro. Like and me and him, at that time I was renting out a podcast studio, and we just had so many videos that we were doing and everything, and it just got to a point to where bro was just like, man, Vaughn, you gotta post something. You have to post something. You feel me? And even with that video, bro, it took me like 2-3 weeks to post that one video, bro. One video, bro, because like I was just insecure about it. Like I'm just insecure, and I'm like, man, like, what if people look at me this way, or like, ooh, and I just cared, bro. And like I feel like in this content space where you can't care,
bro. You can't, bro. You can't.
You're gonna have people who like you. You're gonna have people who love you. You're gonna have people who dislike you. You're gonna have people who just hate your videos. And it's like at the end of the day, that all publicity is good publicity. Yeah. I'll say, all publicity is good publicity.
Shout out 50 Cent. 50 Cent was one of the people who be like 50 used. Everyone know what 50 known for. Like he's very notorious for like trolling and you know, not scared to take on a challenge with anybody, you know. So even 50, you know, he turns that energy and he transfer into something good for himself because we still talk about 50 today.
Real
So,
talk.
so shout out 50 Cent for sure. He's a good example of somebody who, no matter if it's good criticism, bad criticism, he uses that publicity to his advantage. So
Real deal. What's something that you would give like to somebody that's up and coming, like with content or like just trying to take it to the next level?
if I was to say one thing and one thing only, I would say just be yourself. Like I feel like, and no, that's exactly what I say. Be yourself because I feel like there's a lot of people out here trying to be somebody else, and it's like, why would you be somebody else when you are the only person who could be you? You know what I'm saying? Like God put you on this earth to be you, so why would you change that to just be somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Like you being you in itself is a gift to the world. You know what I'm saying? So be yourself. It don't matter if you're, cause you gotta think like, look at these content creators. Like some of them are awkward and they still got millions of views. You know, some of them are quirky and they still got millions of views. That doesn't mean they're less of a human being. You know, they have their quirks, and you could be like, oh, that was crazy, but at the end of the day, they racking up millions of views. They have their supporters. They have people who love them for who they are through and through, and they have people who wouldn't want them to change for the world. So it's like y'all out here trying to be somebody else. It's like it's not really worth it, bro. And then it looks, it looks corny. It looks fake. You know what I'm saying? It's like we know that's not you. It's like you're trying to emulate this one person and you're trying to like, add your little sauce on it or whatever. It's like, nah, bro, that's not you. That's that person. Be yourself. Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say another point. What was I about to say? I had something else I was about to say about that. Being yourself. Wait, go ahead.
I'm gonna piggyback off that being yourself aspect. That was actually a great point, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a great point. Like, because at the end of the day, bro, people want to see the authentic version of yourself.
Right.
Nobody cares to see like you. If you're a theatrical person, for sure, be that. I'm pretty sure you'll have a crowd that caters to that enjoys that version of you. But if you're just a chill, laid back, mellow person, be that, and post what you got. And even if you're a shy person, still be that and just post what you got, bro. But at the end of the day, like you just said, be yourself. You can't try to imitate somebody else and like, throw your little sauce on there or whatever. And try to take that and run with it. You feel me?
Yeah, I remember my point. A lot of y'all trying to be too cool. A lot of y'all trying to be too cool. Now, granted, some people are cool and they naturally cool. That's just their charisma. Cool. But some of y'all trying to, be too cool for school. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be expressive or you don't want to, be genuine about how you feel about a situation. You're just trying to be, stoic and nonchalant and stuff like that. And it's like, that's not going to get you nowhere, my boy. Because it's like...
Or girl.
Or girl, yeah. Sorry about that. Oh, girl.
Good.
Because, like, who's going to really know who you are? Because it's about authenticity, you feel me? So, if you're too cool for school, people ain't going to tune into you. They're going to be like, oh, we know what he's going to do. He's going to be laid back. Or we know what she going to do. She going to be laid back. She not going to react too much. She just going to be whatever. And she going to go on whatever trend because she trying to stay cool or he trying to stay cool. A lot of y'all be trying to be too cool, and that ain't cool. So, just be yourself, bro. Just be yourself through and through. There's going to be people who love you no matter who you are. And who you should be is you.
I'm glad you said that. I got a question for you, right?
What's up?
How important do you think mental health is, and as well as like setting goals for yourself?
Mental health is very important. Now, you just brought up something very great. This is what I'm about to say about mental health. So mental health is very important. It is good to always be in a good state of mind, to keep yourself disciplined over motivation. But, motivation is included as well. But to keep yourself disciplined and motivated as well. But here's my thing with mental health.
My boy dropping gems today.
So say you stub your toe, right? And it's obvious you stub your toe and your toe hurts, right? Just think of it in the realm of like mental, we could call it mental illness or whatever. Like, say there's something off, right? You stub your toe, right? We're gonna figure out, like, we're gonna acknowledge that you stubbed your toe. So we're gonna acknowledge that mental space that you're in. We're gonna acknowledge that. But stubbing your toe is temporary, you know? So just because you stub your toe, that doesn't mean your foot doesn't work anymore. And I feel like when it comes to this mental health thing, I feel like people try to make that stub toe a whole foot injury when it's not supposed to be. I hope y'all like catching what I'm putting down, you know what I'm saying? So, and then just because you stub your toe, that doesn't mean you stop walking forever. Your toe is going to heal, you know what I'm saying? We will acknowledge that you stubbed your toe. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging that you stubbed your toe and getting you a little ice pack and making sure that you're good. But just because you stub your toe, your foot still works and you're still able to walk. Don't let your stubbed toe prevent you from walking ever again. I hope y'all catching what I'm putting down for real, but that's what I have to say about mental health. It is important, but address what needs to be addressed and don't let it leak into something else. And when you leak it into something else, that causes more problems. And I don't think we need all of that, to be honest. I'm a I'm a big supporter of mental health now, but I hope you caught the analogies that I was putting down to understand like not everything is that drastic. We can address what's going on. Whatever it may be in your mental health that's going on, we can address that. But it's just that. It's not affecting your whole personality or your whole brain or everything like that. Because at the end of the day, you are a function, healthy human being, and we just need to figure out one problem at a time.
Yeah, I'll for sure say like just piggyback off what you were just saying. I do think mental health is very important and it's very key into like your day to day life. I would say though, as I mentioned earlier, communities. Find yourself a community that supports you, that that's in your circle. Whether that's friends, family, your church. Just somebody that's there for you. Somebody that's there for you, like and don't be scared to express your feelings. Don't be scared, to, yeah, just express your feelings and share with others like what you're going through during that moment and everything. And just let that out. Because if you try to keep it bottled in, you try to hold all that in. That could lead to somewhere else. And just be don't isolate yourself. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Don't put yourself in a bottle and isolate yourself and close it. Try to get out, and surround yourself by friends and family, bro. Do that for sure. And then like to the second point of the question, as far as like setting goals for yourself, I think that's very important in life. Because it's like you should never want to be stagnant.
Right.
You should never want to just be like, I guess, comfortable. Not saying being comfortable is a problem or anything like that, but like you should always try to figure out like, okay, like what's next. Like just think of like what's next. Like for myself, I'm always just thinking like, okay, like what's next, what's next, what's next, what's next. But that could also be a problem because you should, as you're thinking about what's next, you could be forgetting about what you need to tackle right then and there, like what's in front of you.
And be grateful for what's in front of you as well.
Be grateful. Be grateful, bro. Be grateful. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It took me a long time to learn how to be grateful, bro.
Really?
No cap. No cap. Like, just the gift of life itself is something you should be grateful about, Like, I started this thing, I want to say it was last year, if not the year before, but, like, just every moment or every day I wake up, bro, I always start, like, just thanking God for allowing me to see a beautiful day. I don't know how my day is gonna go. I don't like it could be end up trash, but I still woke up that day, and I'm still blessed and thankful for that, And that's one thing that Lay told me, 2024. That's crazy. We in 2026. I was about to say last year.
That's
crazy,
insane. Yeah.
But one thing that he told me in 2024, when I was dealing with the passing of my grandmother and everything, bro was just like, Vaughn, you too hard on yourself, and like, you just gotta appreciate the small things in life, bro. You have to appreciate the small things in life. And when he said that, I started thinking, like, just looking at life differently. I'm like, dang, like, you right, you right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm over here complaining about this, complaining about that, I have a roof over my head. I'm alive. I'm healthy. You know, I have a job. I have a car. You know, I have everything. You know, I graduated college. You know, I just got a lot. I got a lot of stuff. You know, that's going. You know, may not be. I may not be where I want to be at this moment, but that doesn't mean like that's the end of my story.
Right.
One, two. It could always be worse. It could always be worse. There's somebody out here who is like, you know, going through something else, you know, who's going through something worse than me in this moment while I'm just complaining about something that's small that, you know, that could be either controlled or, you know, I just got to keep moving forward, bro.
Yeah,
got to keep moving forward, you know, and like, you know, I know that's something I was stressing and like harping on like last year, you know, just amongst the homies and everybody, you know, just like for emotion, bro. You got to keep moving forward. That's something like I live by now, like, you know, just for emotion. You gotta keep moving forward,
for sure.
You gotta keep moving forward, bro.
One thing that I'll say for sure that I'm working on, I say is like patience, bro. Like when it comes to like patience, like as you said, like you were working on being grateful. Like I have to work on being patient. Like, you know, I'm a very like, what's the word I'm looking for? Proactive individual. Like I'm always wanting to utilize the most of my time when I can. Like if I go to work, okay, I go to work, I go to the gym, I spend time with family. Like, you know, I'm here with Vaughn today. We're making a podcast for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to be productive and, you know, be proactive and utilize the most of my day. And there is nothing wrong with that. It's just that it could get to a point where I need to understand that there is a time for me where I need to rest and there is a time for me where I need to wait. And then when it gets to those parts, like I low-key get like restless and frustrated. Even to this day, like I'll have to wait for something and it's like a process and it gets very annoying. Like, you know, I'm proactive in starting the process, but now I gotta wait 2 weeks to hear back from somebody. And it's like 2 weeks, like what is going on? Like I want to start this now. It's like, you know, everything is for a reason. The process takes that long for a reason, because one of the things that like I kind of learned is like God will let you wait for something and then he'll give it to you to see if you really wanted it. Like I'm gonna give you a perfect example. So I remember when I was a kid, like cause you know how you can work at Publix when you're 14, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when I was 14, I wanted to work at Publix. I was like, yeah, I just need to get. I'm telling you, I was very proactive as a kid. I was like, yo, I'm gonna work at Publix. I'm gonna build this money. I'm gonna buy my own clothes, buy my own shoes, buy my own games, do whatever, right? And like I was trying to get in Publix, but it didn't really work out. Yeah, I was putting out applications and everything like that, but you know, due to my involvement in school, it just was, you know, I was focused on my academics, so it was like, okay, cool, we're just gonna, you know, pass that by. And that was when I was 14. I would say approximately 8 years later, it was around 3070.
Yep, 2020.
Yeah, 3070 time. I finally got a position at Publix. And when I got the position, I was just like, nah, this isn't me. Like, kudos to everybody. Like, there are very successful people who work for that, you know, corporation. But like, it just wasn't me. So it's like, I say that to say that in that example, like, God will have you wait to see if you really want it, because you probably just want it because of a certain situation you're in or a certain mindset that you're in. You don't really want it for what it is. So I have to learn that that's the gift of patience, and I just have to learn that. And I'm still learning that right now. So
God says, be still in the waiting.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part, bro, in life, is just the wait, because you never know what to expect next. But the best part about that is, I would say, is like just your faith in God, you know, and just having your trust in God.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's what you got to do. Just like, God, I trust you. You know, I know you'll guide me in my steps in life. You know, and just allow me to be a sheep and follow.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the best part. But speaking of 2020 and COVID and everything, what's one thing that has not came back since COVID?
One thing that has not come back: 24-hour Walmarts.
Right, and 24-hour gyms, bro.
24. Actually, you know what's a 24-hour gym? The UFC.
UFC, where's that at?
There's a UFC gym. Well, we'll talk about it afterward. But there's a UFC gym. Yeah, it's 24 hours.
For real?
Well,
Dang.
Monday through Thursday is 24 hours, but it's like it's UFC, so it's like boxing
Oh,
and
okay.
kickboxing. But it do have
Like weights and stuff?
Yeah, it has weights and stuff.
Well, I can my statement. I take that back. It is a 24-hour gym out there. I apologize. But Walmart for sure.
Yeah.
Walmart, bro. I remember at Walmart, you going there any given
3
time of the day.
a.m.
What?
Oh my
Fresh
God.
out the club or something, man.
Get some, the little food spot,
Man,
get some snacks or whatever.
Something,
Yeah.
bro. You get something out of Walmart, bro. But now
Bro.
Walmart is not 24 hours.
They did not bring that back. They just let it stay where it's
I
at.
wonder why though.
Probably workforce, cause like you need more workers for that, and you need to pay more workers for that. So a lot of corporations is trying to save bread, cause like if you have a 24-hour corporation, you have to have the workers and you have to have them on payroll. So you have to invest, cause it costs to like train somebody, and on top of paying to train somebody, you're paying them to work for you. So it's like when you eliminate the 24 hours, you don't gotta pay that much people, so they're just saving bread.
I would say COVID also eliminated like social skills.
Oh,
Like, people's social skills now is,
110%.
like, just-
Oh my gosh, people don't know how to talk to each other.
Nah, and like I say that because it ties me into like what you were just saying right now, right? It just made me think of that when you were like Walmart or corporations, they don't want to pay people and everything. Like right now, they're trying to transition everything like with robots and AI, trying to make that now a thing now, because think about it, right? Before we were able to go to a Walmart, a Publix, or whatever, and like you had to interact with somebody.
Talk to somebody. Yeah.
Now you can just go to self checkout and you out. You don't gotta talk to nobody. You feel me? Just in and out. Like I remember me and Don was talking about it when we was in Orlando for Keith wedding. Shout out to the pals, man. But,
shout out to the pals.
But yeah, for Keith wedding, bro, we was just talking. We were like, dang, bro, like. When our kids grow up, they're not gonna know how to like talk to people. Like having conversations like this is gonna be considered weird.
Yeah, like
that is crazy, bro. That is crazy, and like it's crazy to see how many people are just like how many people are like depending on AI. Like and it's scary that AI just has an answer for anything you ask it, bro.
You know what else? Low key, that's a crazy thought. Working in person is gonna be considered lower class.
Oh, for sure.
Like
look how many work from home jobs like are now a thing, and just even school kids could do school online, bro.
It's gonna be a negative connotation to do anything in person. And that's the worst thing we could do, because like you don't want people to be like, oh, you gotta go into work. Make you a fake, like that's gonna be crazy, because now no one's gonna want to talk to nobody. Everyone's gonna want to be at home and do everything digitally and virtually.
Bro,
that's crazy.
I've been saying this for years. They are trying to have us live like WALL-E.
Yeah,
it may sound crazy, but just think about it, bro. Go watch the movie and think about it.
Nothing is crazy no more, bro. There's been so much stuff going on in the past few years, like even from 2020 to 2025, like the things that's been going on with the environment, like these hurricanes and
remember the plane crashes was going
plane crash, bro. It was like
last year, January. They started with January, but it was like just plane crashes left and right.
And planes falling out the sky,
bro. It's crazy.
It's a lot of stuff going on, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nothing's too crazy anymore nowadays, because like
and like the reason why I say like WALL-E, because think about like when the pandemic hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look how many people gained weight and like never lost that.
Yeah,
since.
Bro.
You feel me? People stopped going to the gym. People just kept eating, just drinking. People got lazy,
and never recovered.
Never recovered. Some people was in a top-notch shape. 2019, and before then, and it's like now.
2019 seemed like a fever dream.
Yeah,
2019
oh my god, sounds like a whole. It sounds like another planet. Bruh. Like what? Like when our kids grow up, we really gonna be them fools that them old heads that like, man, we really like back in my day, but it's crazy though, because it's like. Really back in our day, like it was a whole nother aspect to the world, bro. Like we really watched the world change, bro. We really watched the world change.
10 years ago was what? 2016.
2016.
Like
2016, bro.
Really, I was talking about it in one of my videos. Like we were in that era of development. Like we seen, because you got to think, like when I was 4 years old, I had got my first PlayStation 2. Now we on the PlayStation 5, going on
Going on PlayStation 6.
And that PlayStation 5 look what? Come on,
Look
fool.
crazy
Like,
compared. This one right there.
They don't got the memory card, the wired controllers, everything. Every game was on a disc. Like, if you wanted to get a game, you had to borrow it, like, physically and return it back, bro.
Now everything could be digital.
You don't even got to go in the store.
You don't got to go in person. You don't have, bro. Come on now, like, man, we talking about you don't got to go in person to purchase anything no more, bro. Like, you can do everything either at home, online, and just, like, you don't have, they're trying to eliminate these interactions right now, like, you know. And it's crazy, bro. It's so crazy. That is actually crazy.
That, and low-key is scary, too, because, what was the Netflix documentary called? I think it's called The Social Experiment. I don't know if you heard of that.
I heard of that.
So, basically, it just explains how, like, technology is ruining it.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, bro, I think you told me about that.
Yeah.
I want to say either last year or the year before, bro. I remember we was talking about that. I remember you put me on that.
It was like 2023, I think. I remember. That's when I watched it.
I keep thinking we're in 2025, bro.
No, you good. I mean, we're only 2 days in.
Yeah, we're only 2 days in, but dang, like, but time is flying.
Like,
bro.
it don't even feel like 2026. Like, I seen someone release the album on New Year's. It said 2026 on it. I said, this look crazy. Like, just seeing 2026.
Crazy, bro. Like, speaking of albums, who had the hardest album last year?
The hardest album?
Hardest album of 2025.
Gunna's up there for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, the last one.
That's the only right answer.
The last one is definitely up there. I'm trying to think of anything else. I mean, 21 did a little something at the end of the year.
Nah, I'm going to give you my 2 right now, brother.
What's
Gunna and Wisdom. Hurricane.
Oh, I'm tripping. Hurricane. Yeah, the perfect storm. Yeah, the perfect storm. I'm tripping.
And that was at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And he went
crazy. Yeah, Hurricane. No, Hurricane definitely next up, bro. Shout out Hurricane Wisdom. You going crazy, my boy.
Going crazy. My life be like. Man, what? Yeah, no, bro. Who are you excited to like? All right, who you think gonna be like that top artist this year?
Definitely Hurricane gonna be up there. Like, I feel like Hurricane he gotta use this momentum and go to the next level. So I'm definitely excited to hear more Hurricane. He literally dropped My Life like last week.
Yeah, a couple days before the New Year.
So he's working. He got that work ethic. I'm trying to think like who else out there.
I'm tripping. You know who else went crazy last year? G Herbo.
G Herbo did. G Herbo did go crazy. G Herbo might drop. G Herbo most likely gonna drop again this year, so that's gonna be interesting to listen to. G Herbo, Hurricane. We're gonna see what Gunna do next.
Yeah, I think Gunna gonna keep going, bro. Ever since he got out of jail, he been going stupid.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, let's stay there, right?
Okay.
You've been seeing like the little F the street movement.
Yeah.
Like, all the Atlanta street rappers been. What's your take on that?
I say it makes sense because like a lot of like street culture is ignorant.
For sure.
Like it's a lot of ignorant. Like there's a lot of discussion because, for example, it's like say you have a disagreement, right? You're basically gonna say like, if I tell you like, hey, I don't want nothing to happen to you. I don't know if you want nothing to happen to me. I want both of us to leave this situation alive and we could just make bygones be bygones. I don't gotta talk to you no more. You don't gotta talk to me no more. But I don't want you getting killed. I don't want none of your family getting killed. I don't want none of my family getting killed. And you telling me someone's gonna be like, nah, bump that. It's about the street life. Like, that's ignorant. Yeah. So it's like, and that's the main thing about it. It's like there's so much unnecessary like, murder when it comes to like, that street culture. And that's the part where it's like, I don't rock with that. Cause it's like, you're taking away family members from people, you're taking away people's lives. Like they one chance on this earth and they no longer have it over your ignorance. So I don't like that for sure.
Yeah. Me personally, I'm all for it. Like, I think we should, like, just us as a community, I think we should try to like keep pushing that narrative and try to have like put more positive figures out there, positive male figures out there in these kids' life, to try to draw them out of the street. Because nowadays it's a lot of just quote unquote YNs. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, and they just
don't
crash
care about
out,
nothing.
Crash out, bro.
Care
Like,
about nothing
bro,
at all.
Literally, bro, just 2 days ago, if not yesterday, in Fort Lauderdale, bro, in Los Olas, bro, somebody, a 17-year-old got killed out there.
For what?
Gunfire, gunshots, bro, gunfire, and then a week ago before that, 5 people got hit.
I remember that one. Yeah.
You know, so it's like,
yeah, bro,
it's just like, bro, like that whole trying to be street, trying to be hood, trying to be ghetto, whatever the case may be, like all that is just like lame and played out, like, bro, try to go find a way to get some money.
Yeah.
You know, and legally,
please.
Legally try to find a way to get some money.
Bro.
But I do think the whole like 21 Savage and all them like, I think that they saying like the whole F the street. I think they doing that because of Gunna though. Because they saying that Gunna is like on this like different pedestal. Like he came out of jail.
He left the streets behind. He just said
he came out of jail. He had the snitch allegations. He had all that, whatever the case may be, and then like, you know, he was still on top. His music was still selling.
He was locked in. He was locked in.
Still going crazy.
And
no features.
Yeah.
His first album, no features.
Yeah, he
went
just
crazy.
In the stew and just went crazy.
And since Gunna got out, he still has yet to address any of that.
That was what F You Mean came out.
F You Mean, yeah. That album, I
forgot what his Blessing and the Curse. No.
Yeah. Which of the curse, I think.
Yeah, it's something of a curse.
Something like that. Yeah.
Blessing
a gift and a curse.
Gift and a curse. Yeah, something like that.
Yes, that's when he dropped that album for sure. And then after that, he just kept rolling.
Yeah, that was the one where he looked like a painting. There's like a skull on there or something like that.
Yeah, it's like golden black. And then the year after that, 2024, he dropped Wanna.
Yeah,
and then 2025, he just dropped.
Wanna?
No.
Wanna was 2020. That was when he had the hand like that. When he was like, it looked like the. What it looked like? The circle thing. You know what I'm talking about? It's like
yeah.
No, Wanna was 2020, bro.
You sure?
Yeah, Wanna was 2020, bro.
Let me see, man. You might be right. I ain't gonna lie, but we gonna fact check.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Gift and Curse was 2023. That's when he first got out.
The last one was
last year. That album. Oh, one of one.
Yeah.
My apologies.
No, you good. I remember that.
But yeah, one of blue. Yeah, with the blue. With the blue. I want to go see Gunna last year. Or I keep saying last year, bro. Dang.
2024.
But yeah.
2024.
I want to go see him in 2024 when he dropped that album. But I say all that to say, Gunna just kept like dropping heat, and they seen his fans were still loving him. And then when Thug got out, Thug first thing
he was on the street.
Started dissing him. He started dissing Gunna.
He was on the street
instead of going, they like, oh, hey Gunna, like, you know, forget all this. We both free. We good. You know, this is out the way. Let's make some music together, because the judge did grant Young Thug the ability to make music with Gunna, you know, but Thug took whatever he took and ran with it, and like, oh yeah, now F him, distant, and start dissing him, whatever the case may be, and like now you seeing his music not doing nothing. 21 Savage album ain't do the numbers that he expected it to do, and like, you know, all these other artists who were F streets, you know, pushing that movement. They music ain't, and they fans ain't really rock with them, but they seeing Gunna still selling out shows. Gunna's dropping
going
music,
crazy.
You know, still going crazy, and still receiving all the love when they expected him to receive nothing but hate.
Yeah.
You know, so I think I say all that to say, I think the whole After Street movement is cool. I do support that if they genuinely pushing that.
Mean it,
you know, if they genuinely mean it. But if not, like, I do think that it do got something to do with Gunna. Like, at the end of the day, like him pushing music and making good music, and like they trying to get on that way. Like they trying to push, like, oh yeah, Rats gonna be Rats or whatever, and then next thing you know, they gonna try to get a feature from him or get on the song with him. You
know what that correlates to what we talked about earlier? You can't care what people say, bro.
Perspective.
Yeah, you can't care what people say, because Gunna came out of jail. You know, everyone called him a snitch. Everyone was calling him a rat. There was a lot of memes and jokes of, you know, Gunna being a snitch and a rat and everything like that. And then, like, he just stayed locked in, and he made his music, and he came out, and he was on #1 for how many ever weeks, and he just kept pushing. Yeah, he kept pushing. He even like got healthier. Like, he's been doing 5Ks. He's been in the gym. Like, you can see that once he got out of that situation, he learned from it, and you know that's where the true growth happens. Yep.
Learn from mistakes.
And then it's like with Thug coming out saying like, oh, like Gunna this and Gunna that. I feel like that comes from a place of caring what people think, bro. Because it's like you caring about your street cred so hard that you're destroying yourself.
At the same time, like, not even knowing.
You can't care about, like, you could just simply, as you said, just simply be like, yo, like head up Gunna and just be like, yo, Gunna, you know, let's just squash this. Let bygones be bygones. You do what you had to do, what you believe you had to do, and we could just make music together and, you know, get to this money on. But nah, you want to care about street cred and care about what other people, what another man thinks.
Right, what another man thinks.
You
When
feel
in all
me?
reality, you shouldn't care what nobody thinks. You should care,
Jesus,
but Christ
yeah,
himself.
yeah,
But
yeah.
Christ himself, you feel me? But you shouldn't care about what a human being, you know, thinks.
Right.
You know, you shouldn't care, bro. You should just do you and keep moving forward, bro.
And yeah, that
Keep
was
moving forward,
he messed himself up like that. I ain't gonna lie, but nah, the F the Streets movement, I agree. Like I'm in support of that because like my main point is like that unnecessary like murder and people losing their lives. That's the part I don't mess with the most.
It's just like, bro, what is the point? And like, you know, me personally, and I might just be biased, or you know, just I don't know, but I think a lot of beefs stem from a woman, bro, a woman or money. But like 9 times out of 10, most beefs you're gonna find a woman somewhere, somewhere in that story, you know, in the mix, you know. And I feel like a lot of these beefs started over a woman, bro. Real deal. And then all that could have been avoided if you like, you know, it's God didn't just.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
God didn't just make one woman on earth. Like,
Yeah.
bro, like keep pushing.
Yeah,
You know?
and then the thing about those situations is sometimes the woman isn't even as invested as you are.
No.
Like, you know, you out here having beef with this guy, or you out here wanting to harm this person when the person you're harming this person for don't even care.
And like how I see it, bro. Granted, I was one of them type of people who was tender, you know, and like
Tenderism.
tenderism for sure. But like, you know, I was one of the people who, like, you know, back in my younger days, like I'll be ready to crash, you know, whatever. But it's like, as I'm older and, you know, more mature, I look back at stuff like that, like, man, that's ignorant, that's stupid. You feel me? That's dumb.
Yeah,
you know, because like it's like
put yourself at risk.
It takes one moment, bro. It takes one moment. You could throw away your whole life for one moment and one person who probably don't care. And if they could go mess with somebody else or like do whatever they do, clearly they not the person for you.
Right. Like
clearly they not, bro. So it's like try to go. Like, you know, it may be hard in the beginning, but shoot, man, keep thugging, keep pushing.
And I'm a big believer of that. Like, what's for me is for me. Like, if it's for me, it's for me. Right. And if it's not for me, it's not for me. Right. Very simple. So it's like, because it's not hard to have someone who actually wants to be around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they genuinely care for you, they're going to be around you, and they're going to show you that they care, and you're going to be able to tell that. Like, it's not going to be hard. If at any moment you feel like it's difficult or it's a little hard to, you know, communicate with a person that's quote unquote cares about you, they probably don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you have that community, and it goes like the community, like when you have that community, you like, you know who rock with you for you, and you know who wants the best for you, and you know who, you know, is keeping you accountable and making sure that you want to get your goals. But like, if you out here messing with people who don't even look at you the same way that you look at them, like, that's on you, brother, or that's on you, sister. And you need to, you know, figure it out. You need to look in the mirror. You need to pray. You need to figure it out. Simple.
Good deal. All right, so I got a question for you, man.
What's up, man?
You letting your girl hang out till 3-4 in the morning, going to after hours?
No.
Like after the club, we going out to another spot.
No.
We finna do it up.
No, wait. She not with me. She with her home. Like she with her girl.
Homie. Yeah,
oh.
With her home girl.
No, sir. Because it's high risk for anything. It's high risk for, because like when it comes, first of all, like, you know, granted, you know, we're like, you know, young people and whatnot. So, you know, clubbing and stuff like that is not out of our norm. However, like, it's risky life. You know, there's a lot of alcohol. There's, you know, a whole bunch of, you know, attributes to the club, and you don't know what's going on out there in the world. So it's not even on some, well, besides the, you know, it gives her opportunity to be promiscuous. That's the correct word? Promiscuous,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, be promiscuous. But like, it's unsafe. Like, you out here with X, Y, and Z, and I don't even know X, Y, and Z intentions. Like, they're not even probably looking out for you how I would look out for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause how I like operate is like when I'm in the environment, I'm in a group environment, and it's like late night and we're out or whatever. Like, I'm in a kind of like a protective mode. Like, I kind of like keep my head on a swivel, and I make sure like everything looks situated. If I see something that's off, I'll let somebody know and stuff like that. And I know people that I'd be around who are the same way. So it's like, on a protective term, it's like I'm in the house and you out there, and I don't know what's gonna happen. And then, of course, yeah, there's a chance for you to be promiscuous, and I don't find out about it this and there, but that's granted. But on the real, it's like, it's unsafe, because it's like you want to be out there that late at night, like 3, 4, like 3, 4 is late. Like, it's about to be the morning soon. Without me, like, that's crazy. Like,
not like how I agree. I would say, like, for me, like, you know, how I see it, it's like, okay, you done went to the club already.
Exactly.
Why do you feel the need to go to another club after the club? You feel me? Like, granted, if we're with each other, for sure, let's go do it up. You know, let's turn up.
And that's what I asked. I was like, am I with her? Like,
yeah, you feel me? So, like, let's go turn up and have a ball. But granted, I'll give grace if you are outside, you know, for a celebration event or whatever the case may be. Like, you know, you celebrate your friend's birthday or like whatever. You know, for sure, do your thing. I'm not gonna be on you like, oh, hey, be home at this time. Nah, you know, do it up. But if it's just like a regular night, you just out on a Friday hanging out with your homegirls, I expect you to come back home.
Right.
You know, like after the first event, like, yeah, come back home.
Yeah.
If I'm at the crib, like, yeah, slide back. Like, what you doing? You know, out of respect for me, I you know, if you got respect for me, I expect you to do that. Cause if it's the other way around,
that's another respect
thing for you, bro. You know, cause I'll do the same. You know, I can't be a hypocrite and like, oh, I'm outside till 6 in the morning. 5 in the morning, and like you at home, and you know, like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, why you out at that, whatever? Yeah. But I expect you to, you know,
have
like,
that respect,
right?
Man.
Like,
it's
you know,
respect,
so it's like,
man.
Out of respect for my partner, I'll be home too after that first club. You know, if she not with me, if she, you know, hey, babe, I'm coming back home. You know, because at the end of the day, it's like, what are you going like? What are you trying to find? Like, you already drunk. 9 times out of 10,
told you the alcohol.
You're already drunk, and if you don't drink, you done heard the same music that they gonna play at the after hours. They gonna play the same, like, you feel me? You done heard it already. You done threw your little hottie behind like all night. It's like, what? How much more dancing can you do, and how much more music can you listen to, like, before your ears start hurting and. You know, you get that static outside, like after you leave the club or whatever.
And
like,
this is with a good relationship at home.
With a good relationship at home, you know, for sure. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's nuts. I can't lie.
But again, like, you know, I will give grace if it's like for a celebration cause. You know, like if you're out with your friends, whatever. Like, for sure, I'm not gonna
like birthday.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be on you like a parent. You know, like, because I'm not your parent. You know, but you know, if you just out on just all right. Going out on the fly on a Friday night. All right, yeah, I'm finna go hang out. Like, nah, I'm tripping.
Okay, so boom. So, how, like, it's probably the classic question, like, what if, like, she pop out and she's like, all right, I'm about to go out, and she wearing something crazy. Like, how you reacting to that? Like, she wearing
define crazy.
Like, you know, very revealing. This is your woman. Like, she's about to walk out the house, and it's very revealing. Like, granted, like, there are some outfits where, like, you know, it could show her figurine and, you know, it still looks presentable. And then it's like, cool. It's like, you know, you want to show off what you got to show off.
Yeah, she out there with like a fishnet and a G-string. Like, I'm tweaking.
Yeah, like, you can put it like that. Yeah, like revealing essentially.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna just be like, hey, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and then she gonna tell you, like, it's her body. She do what she want.
For sure, I get that. But I like, out of respect for me, that's what I'll tell her. Like, out of respect for me, like. Come on, don't go out like that.
And that's something that I don't ever want to have to like deal with. Like, I feel like you should have respect.
Yeah, you should have respect. Yeah, to not do that. Because how would you feel if I go outside of some Speedos, like, and I'm just out there just slinging, you know? Like, how would you feel?
Chill out.
Like, you feel me? Like, I'm all exposed.
That boy say he went out of the Speedo.
You feel me? Like, I'm just all exposed. He all out.
Like, or like equivalent, like, you see a video and I'm in the club with my shirt off.
Shirt off, and all flexing.
And
I had the flex going
shirt
crazy.
off, t-shirt around my neck, bottle in my hand like this, you gonna be hot.
Stupid,
you gonna be hot. You gonna be hot.
Nah, but for sure though, like, you know, one thing I have learned from my past, like, you know, relationships and everything, like I ain't doing the whole tit for tat thing no more, man.
Oh, 110%.
I'm way past that. I'm way bigger than that, you know. Like, I had to learn that, bro. Like, honestly, bro, last year was like a reevaluation year.
Yeah.
A self-evaluation year, not reevaluation. I would say a self-evaluation year. Like, I really took time to myself and, like, really learned myself, bro. Like, just being alone and everything, like, really figuring myself out and figuring out, what I expect, what I like, you know, just like figuring out who Von was. Yeah, I would say, you know, finding myself. I'll say that. That's the perfect way to put it, bro. I feel like I found myself last year, bro. In 2025, that's another take I'll say I took from 2025, bro. I really found myself, bro. Like before, because I thought this whole time, bro, out of 27 years of my life, like, you know, I'm thinking like, oh, I knew myself like the back of my hand.
We're young,
you know?
bro. Yeah.
And just last year, bro, like, just experiencing everything that I experienced, bro. It's like, oh no, I really ain't know myself for real.
And that's just yourself. Now imagine when you get married. That's a whole avenue you're gonna have to learn.
You gotta learn
imagine
somebody
when
else.
You get kids. That's
right,
a whole avenue you're gonna learn.
But see, like, I had to take that time to learn myself, so then I can
be ready
learn somebody.
That,
be ready to learn somebody else. You feel me?
You have to know yourself
before you can learn somebody else. Because like before, bro, I get out of a relationship, you know, and it's just being open. Like, you know, we at the lunch table, whatever. You know, so like just like, you know, I'll get out of a relationship, bro, and call myself healing, bro. I'll be quick to talk to somebody else within. How I ain't gonna put time on that, but you know, whatever, you know, and like I'm just quick instead of just like, oh no, like I'm experiencing some type of heartbreak from this, you know, like or I feel some type of way about this, or I'm hurt from this, like, all right, now like let me just soak everything in, let me see where everything went wrong at, you know, and just like own up to that, bro.
Yeah, nah, you just reminded me of that not Club Shay Shay. It's with Shannon Sharp and Ocho when they on their pod. That boy Shannon Sharp said, "Oh, I get left." He said he doing something that night, and then Ocho was like, "You ain't gonna heal first?" That boy Shannon said, "I'm gonna heal that night." I said, "Oh man, he's."
But see, like,
there.
nah. But see, I used to think like that too, though. Yeah. You feel me? And that's not the right way to think.
It's not.
You know, because that's not healing. You only hurting yourself and hurting that next person that you're dealing with, you know, in the midst of it. Not even knowing, you feel me? Not even knowing, because you just bringing on past trauma and you about to
dish it out
on somebody else when they don't deserve that. They don't deserve that at all, you feel me?
A lot of people do that, by the way.
A lot of people do that, you feel me? And whatever trauma that you done faced and you done dealt with, you know, you have to go take that trauma, look at the person that's in the mirror, and own up to whatever you just faced and whatever you dealt with, bro. You feel me? And then also, too, it's easy to point fingers at the next person. It's easy to do this.
Yeah,
you feel
but
me? It's easy to do that. Yeah, but it's hard to do this. It's hard to point at the person that you're looking at. You feel me? That you look at every day. You know, it's hard to do that. And I just say all that to say, man, accountability, bro. Accountability is key.
Accountability
will get you far in life, bro. It'll get you far in life because it's like I just said, you know, it's easy to point fingers at the next person. You feel me? But it's hard to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, dang, where did I mess up? What did I do wrong? You feel me? Oh, I'm quick. You know, I used to be quick to do this, like when I'm dealing with my partner or whatever, with my girl or whatever. Like, you know, I used to be quick to be like, oh man, yeah, I'll call one of the homies or I'll call my best friend, and I just get to be like, man, she done woo 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 woo. Am I tripping?
And you be like,
and then but I'm doing that to get validation, to seek validation from them, versus saying like, oh nah, like I was doing this, I said this, I went here, I went wrong here, I woo.
Because you're not telling them that part.
I'm not telling them that part. To where now it's like, okay, now they putting this image in their head.
Is crazy.
You feel me?
But they don't know what you doing.
They don't know. You know, and that's crazy. That's sick. That's sick when you think about that, bro. That's actually sick, bro. Like I said last year,
and people are like that, bro. Like
I'm telling you, like I was
Yeah,
like this, bro. You
there's
feel me? I
people
was
like
like this, and like I really had to, you know, reevaluate evaluate. You know, I had to figure all this out, bro, because it's like I'm over here like, man, why do I keep ending up here after every relationship? You know,
Yeah, like
I done been with, you know, I done had plenty of
XYZ,
girlfriends,
yeah.
you know, and like it's always ending up right here. Why is it ending up right here? What am I doing wrong? You know, and I had to pray on that, bro. I really had to pray on a lot of things last year, you know, to get to where I am now, to get to the headspace I'm at now, bro, mentally, physically, everything, bro. Like I had to pray on that, bro, and I had to build my relationship with God and start my journey with God, you know. And if I didn't do that, bro, I would have probably still been lost in the world. And like, you know, and I'm not saying I'm just perfect, I'm just so saint or whatever. Like, you know, I still mess up, I still got flaws that I deal with, you know, and I still got, you know, whatever. You know, I'm not perfect. There's nobody perfect in this world, so I don't want you to, you know, if you're watching this, I don't want you to think that like, oh yeah, I'm just this so perfect person now. Like, no, that's not the case. But I would say I am a different person than I was before. You feel me? From what I was before, and I came a long way, bro. I done came a long way, and it's like just looking like sometimes, bro, I'll be looking back at like either videos or like just messages or whatever.
Throwback,
just throwbacks.
Snapchat,
like,
going
you
to
know,
Snapchat memories.
or like just like messages or like whatever. And I'm like, man, you was really like messed up. Like you was
going
really,
crazy.
You were really like effed up, bro. Effed up on some real talk. Like I'm thinking, like I was just thinking about this the other day, bro. I'm like, man, I'm looking for something in my phone, right? I'm trying to find like an old message, trying to find something that like, you know, to send to somebody. I'm trying to find. I'm like, dang, bro, I can't find this, and I came across something else in the midst of that. And I'm like, hold on, like let me look at this. Like what we
look at it, you said.
As I'm looking, I'm like, dog, you was cold. Like you was cold, bro. Like
it was funny because I was talking to somebody the other day, and like I was telling them a story of like something I did in the past that I'm not so proud of, and like when I look, like it was hard for me to say it because I was like I couldn't believe I did that. Like I did something like you know, for purposes I'm not gonna say what I did, but just know, you know, I gotta ask for forgiveness, and I have asked for forgiveness, and I've moved past that. But besides that, like I did something, and it was just like, bro, yeah, that was not a good moment. That was not some. That's not something to brag about. That's not something to be proud of.
Nah,
and like, it's just like one of those moments where you gotta realize, be like, yeah, good thing you changed, and you know, thank God for where you are today, for real.
Right, and it's like I feel like a lot of that stuff comes from like like you just said earlier, you know, seeking validation from friends.
Yeah, seeking
validation, seeking approval. Like, you know, oh, I done did this, and like you ready, you quick to boast about it. You quick to tell somebody else about it versus like hold on,
is this healthy?
Like what? Like yeah, you feel like think about what you just said. Like think about what just came out of your mouth before you, like, you know, think before you speak. You know, real deal. Think before you speak. And it's like something else that I like, you know, had to learn was grace. You know, extend grace and also receive grace. Give yourself grace.
Yeah,
you feel me? And this is something I still struggle with, like, you know, today. You know, but I feel like I give a lot of grace, but I don't know how to give myself grace.
Yeah, I feel that too.
You know?
I agree with that. Like it's like there's times where I'm really hard on myself because like I want to, you know, be proactive at a high level, and I'm always like, yeah, I got to do this like this way, and it has to be this way. But it's like, relax.
Nobody's perfect, bro. Nobody is perfect in this world. We're all gonna mess up. You know, it's not. God don't say like, oh, like when you mess up, or no, he don't say if you mess up. It's when you mess up. You know, it's when you mess up, bro. There's no such thing as like, oh yeah, if I mess up in this world. Like no, it's when you mess up. You know you're gonna mess up. You know you're gonna fumble. You know you're gonna fall. You know you're gonna fail. But he gonna pick you back up. And it's like wherever you fall at, you gotta turn. Like whatever you mess up at, whatever you fall at, you have to turn to him. You have to run to him right away.
But I'm about to tell you something though. You want to know why it's like that, low key? It's because the way the world is programmed. Because the world rewards you for acting like a robot, but punishes you for acting like a human. Like there is a literal term that's called human error. That means you made a mistake because you are a human. So it's like when you have, and this is in school, this is in like career paths, like you are like basically trained to be like a robot. Like even school, wake up this time. First bell, get up, go to this class. Second bell, you gotta be in class. If you hear the second bell and you're not in class, you're making a mistake.
You're late.
Yeah, you gotta go to lunch at this time. After you go to lunch at this time, you gotta be at this class. You have to do this homework by this time, or else you fail. Like everything was boom, 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 boom. And then if you made a mistake, like you overslept, or maybe you wasn't feeling it that day, or you got sick, you get punished for human mistakes. Yeah. So it's like being human in a way is being looked at like neglected, like, oh no, I can't make a mistake, I gotta be perfect, I gotta always do this and the third, and that's messed up. Like it's really crazy, messed up, bro, when you think about it, because like the only way you get rewarded is being like a robot, and essentially that's like being cold, like having no emotion and just doing everything step by step, like not regarding yourself and not regarding others in time. So it's like we're in this system where it punishes you for being a human, and that's why we get to that point of like we don't give ourselves grace.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard, bro. You hit it on the money. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, bro. It's like that, bro. And another thing that I wanted to like turn back on before we get back on it, and it's like how people, how people change, right? Like people make mistakes and they change. There are some people who don't want you to change. They want you to stay in that person because that's the type of person that they can manipulate. That's the type of person that they know through and through. That's the type of person where they know, oh, I can push this button and he gonna react this certain way, or she gonna react this certain way. So it's like you got to be careful of that too, because it's like, granted, we're changing as individuals, but we still got to be, and not only we, everyone who's trying to change and do a better life, you still got to be careful of people who are gonna try and like make you feel a way for changing, like, oh, you were different, you done switched up and everything like that. But it's like you're not switching up, and you're not like,
you're just trying to better yourself.
Yeah, you're just trying to better yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like discarding your character. Yeah, you're not discarding your character. You're improving your character. But to improve your character, you got to discard certain traits about your character. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like. So
those that, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
So those that like, I guess, want you to stay or don't want you to change, is that like a form or a sense of like trauma bonding? Yo, nephew.
Ash Ketchum. What it do, cuz?
Like he came in looking like, hold up, what's going on?
That boy came in looking like the Notorious B.I.G.
My boy, he's so startled. He's like, bro,
he's like, what's going on? Like, what this boy doing in my house, man?
Right?
But I come back, but so back to the point you were saying if it's a form of trauma bonding.
Yeah. The people that don't want you to change, or like don't want you, like, because you were saying like some people like they're used to that version of you,
yeah.
And like when they see you trying to do better for yourself, they're like, oh, hold on, like now you weird.
Yeah, now you
like like you're like what's going? Yeah, you moving different. Like what's going on with you? But it's like we could relate on this. Like is that like I don't know, is that trauma bonding?
So I would say yes. So like for some people, that's probably the one thing y'all have in common,
right?
That trauma, but that's bad. Like if your relationship is solely built, like solely the only thing y'all have in common is that trauma, y'all gotta find other things to get in common with, because y'all can't rely on the strength of that relationship through something that's so harmful to both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, that it couldn't be that, but there are just other people who, they want to, they want to manipulate you. Mm-hmm. They want to be able to push your buttons and be able to like kind of like decide what you're gonna do. Like, oh, I know you're this person, so you're gonna do this. So it's a lot of perspectives when it comes to changing as a person, for sure.
Do you think love can be like non-genuine?
No. What? Like love can be non-genuine?
Mm-hmm.
No, love is genuine. Like love is something that you will do for that person. Like this is okay. So this is like how I perceive love, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is gonna sound crazy, and I want you to understand what I'm gonna say.
Talk to me.
Because this is, people have probably never thought about it like this. Like if say, miraculously, say if the Lord came to me today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, hey, Devon is going to be able to do what he want to do. You're going to accomplish the goals you want to accomplish. You're going to live a long, fulfilling life and everything you want to do, right?
God willing.
And he said, the only thing is that from this point on, you'll never be able to talk or see him again.
Oh, don't say that, brother. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. But that's like the love that I have for you.
Right.
Because it's like, I want you to succeed no matter what.
Yeah.
So it's not like a matter of, oh, like, yeah, I always got to be, like, obviously, like, yeah, I want to be there and we're on the way together. But it's like, if that was a situation where he was like, yeah, like, that's it. Like, he'll do that, but this has to happen. Like, I'll just have to accept that because I want you to be successful. But that might sound crazy, but that's like how selfless I am of supporting you and making sure you reach what you want. That's how I feel like love is genuine. Because like a lot of people, they want to be selfish and they want to be like, well, I always got to be here and I always got to, kind of benefit off of it. And that's not genuine love. But true, genuine love is like seeing that person succeed at the chance that you may like, they're just going to fly off and they're going to fly off into the sky. And that's the last time you see them. And that's okay. You just got to cherish the moments you have with that person and you got to be
Dang, that's crazy. You just hit it right there, but you have to cherish every moment in life, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I feel like I took that for granted, low key, last year. Like a lot of moments that were spent like with friends, family, and everything. Like I feel like I kind of took that for granted versus like cherish, like just soaking in the moment. You know, like I was living in the moment, but not soaking in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you're not like actually understanding what's happening.
What's happening. You know, like I was just like just moving, like okay, like yeah, we having fun, like this, whatever.
But
you know, but I didn't
like,
get the process. Like dang, like
we really here.
Like we really like I didn't get to process that, so I think I took that for granted. But where that question stemmed from was basically like where I was getting to with that. Do you believe you could love somebody but still cheat on them?
No. If you love somebody, you're gonna treat them with the utmost respect, and you're gonna. Granted, like love and respect, there's two different aspects of that. But as someone who you care genuinely for, you're gonna want to treat them with the most respect. You're gonna want to do what's best for them. And if you know that that's wrong and you do it anyways, then you don't care for them as much as you think you do. So,
do you think that's like a form of manipulation?
Yeah, for sure. Like if you're trying to self-justify it, yeah, because there's no justification. Like if you do something wrong, if it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. So if you do something wrong and you try to justify it, it would be like, well, I still love this person and I do X, Y, Z for them. That's manipulation.
But okay, wait. I agree with you. I'm not saying I don't. I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just saying this to start. Keep the conversation going, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's some people out here who would say that I lost where I was going.
No, you good.
Fuck. Say what you said one more time. Say what you said. I just lost where I lost where I was going. Say what you said one more time.
You can't say like what's right is right and
what's
wrong
is
wrong.
Right there, boom. To some people, like to me, I don't think there's a such thing as like a right or wrong, right? Because
it's just a gray area.
It's just a gray area because what you believe is right, like that person who's cheating on them or that person who's doing this, that, and the third, they may think that's right to them, and like we're looking at it like, saying. Oh, okay, like oh no, that's wrong, like but you doing this, da da da. But to them, they in the moment they like, oh no, this is cool.
Yeah, and that's the scary part of perspective because it can get into, well, is this harming you? Right. And then it could be like, well, you're still alive, you're still healthy, everything's going good, so it's not harming you. Well, the other side, like on the other side, it's like emotionally, it's hurting that person bad, but it's the different perspectives of, is this hurting you or is this bad for you? Because we can discard.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Yeah, you can discard if it's right or wrong, but like the perspective, like, is this
hurting you or is it bad for you?
Like,
dang, I feel like it's all around though when you cheating.
Oh, 100%. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, with the perspective, it's like, you can say, oh, well, you're still good. You still got your job. You still got people who love you. This, that, and the third. So what I'm doing my dirt on the side doesn't affect you at all. But it's like
because we still got a happy home.
Yeah,
a happy home.
yeah.
You know, but at the same time,
it's morals. That's what it comes down to. Morals. Like, where do your morals lie?
For who? The boy, the male or the female, or the male or the woman?
Whoever's doing wrong at that point. Okay. Yeah, because either takes two to tango.
Takes two to tango, man.
But yeah, nah.
Hey, man, bro, I feel like this was a great episode. Great episode to start off the new year. I don't know how long we've been in here. Let's see.
We're gonna see right now.
Oh, can't even see. But I think we've been in here for about over an hour.
Yeah, hour.
So we started probably like 7:30.
It's 9 now, so it might have been an hour and a half.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That hour flew by.
We was just rapping. We were rotating,
man. But man, much love to my brother, man. Shout out Reed, the room, man. And if you are tuning into this, you watching this, shout out to you, man. Much love to y'all. Don't forget to grab a seat, come kick it with your boys at the lunch table, and yeah, man. Happy New Year to everybody, man. Much love.
Happy New Year.
Be safe out there. Hope you accomplish everything that you have written 100%. For your New Year's. Whether it's your resolution, your goals, whatever you have set in the line for you, I hope you accomplish it. And yeah, man, peace, love, and prosperity to all of y'all. Much love, and we are signing out.